Good morning. Today is Monday, August 16th. My name is Nelson Brown. I go by the full Nelson Brown as I'm a writer, poet, author, CPR instructor, life coach. Um, and I live here in Georgia, just moved here about a year ago. But I wanted to share something that really came from my book. I wrote a book called There's Gold on Top of That Mountain. It's actually a life coaching book. And I've been wanting to share this for a while. I just hadn't done it. But because I hear so many people, I talk to so many people about things that are going on in their life and in the world, and I want to share this concept with people. Hey, if you don't like it, no big deal. I'm just a person. I'm the messenger. Things are given to me spiritually. I receive things that I put into words, whether it be poetry or when I'm writing. And my job is just to share it. That's it. If you receive it, fine. If you don't, that's okay. It's for someone. But I want to share this idea. Whatever you say to yourself is true, good or bad. I talk to so many people about things they want to do or things they wish they could do. And a lot of times what you do is you talk yourself out of it. So when I say whatever you say to yourself is true, good or bad, if you say to yourself, man, I want to do something, but I can't do this, or if there's something going on in the world and you say, man, I don't know how it's going to impact me, if it's going to affect me, if I'm going to get sick or any of that. If you want to go to school, you want a new job, you want a new career, you want to get back into your physical health. If you say anytime during that process, I don't know, I can't, or you allow certain things to come up and stop you, that becomes your truth. Whatever you say to yourself is true, good or bad. Not what someone else says to you, because people are going to come into your life all the time and say, well, if it was me, I would, or if it was me, I wouldn't, or if I were you, I would do this or that. None of that really matters. Whatever you say to yourself is true, good or bad. So if you're saying, I don't know if I can do this, man, I can't do this. If you come up with all of these reasons why you can't do something, guess what? That becomes your truth. And I'll tell you why. Because what happens when you say something that you can't do, what happens is you create momentum towards not being able to do that. All kind of reasons come up that prevent you or that stop you from doing what you said you would do. And then in the end, somebody else can say, I knew you couldn't do it. I told you so. It had nothing to do with that. It was because when you say something that you cannot do, or when you say you're afraid to do something because of whatever reason, you actually create momentum towards more of that, if that makes sense. Meaning, if you say, man, I can't go to school because, I'm too old and this and that, you're right. Because now everything that you could have done, you have halted that progress because in your mind, you said you can't do it. So no sense in trying because you stopped it. Anything that could happen is now going to be stopped because you said you can't do it. Or if you say to yourself, man, I would love to lose some weight, but man, I can't do this. I can't commit. The weather is this, the pandemic, all of this. You're right, because you created momentum towards any of those things coming into play that will stop you from doing what you wanted to do or doing what you said you would do. And I can say this because I left California in the middle of a pandemic. I quit my job in the middle of a pandemic. Everybody was telling me, Nelson, you can't move, you can't go to Georgia, you can't buy a house. Man, if I was you, I wouldn't do that. I didn't listen to any of that. Guess where I am? I'm in Georgia. I have a new home that I bought myself in the middle of a pandemic. It's not fully furnished, but I'm comfortable. My career is gaining momentum toward what I want to accomplish. I'm working. I don't have any stressors in my life because I knew that if it was something that I wanted to do, I had to keep that momentum going towards it, no matter what was going on around me. I almost knocked the candle over. So that's another thing I want to share with you. It doesn't matter what's going on around you. None of that matters. Only thing that matters is how you respond to it. So what? There's a pandemic. So what? You didn't get that job you wanted. So what? You're 20 pounds overweight. So what? None of that matters. Only thing that matters is how you respond to it. How are you going to respond to it to create the momentum towards what you want to accomplish? So when I say whatever you say to yourself is true, good or bad, I talked about the bad part. Now let's talk about when you say, hey, you know what? I want to lose 20 pounds or I want to gain some strength. What do I need to do? Well, if you say to yourself, I know I can do this, now you create the momentum towards being able to accomplish whatever it is you said you wanted to do. Out of nowhere, possible doors open up. Somebody comes to you with some good advice. If you want to start a new career, all of a sudden, because you created the momentum towards that, and you're looking for that, people start coming into your life because the law of attraction is real, good or bad. Whatever you say to yourself is true, good or bad. Whatever thoughts come to your mind, you attract that. You know, I've looked on some of these dating sites because I was, dating, and I looked at some of the things that people would say. People would always say, women would say this. They say they don't want a guy who lies, who cheats, who's broke, who don't have no teeth, got gold teeth. They would say all of that. And they would say, miss me with all of that. And I would say to those same people, don't ask for what you don't want, because the words that come out of your mouth are what you attract. So if you say you don't want a man who lies, who cheats, guess what? By you saying that, you're going to attract a man who lies and who cheats. But if you say instead, I want a man who's faithful and loyal. You see the difference? There's a difference. Ask for what you want, not for what you don't want. Because whatever you ask for out of your mouth, in your mind, your thoughts, whatever you ask for is what you're going to get. So when you say, I'm tired of being broke, you said the word broke. Now you're going to attract more brokenness into your life. But if you say, you know what? I know more abundance is coming my way. Now you created the momentum for more abundance coming your way. I'm tired of a person who lies. Well, now you said the word lie out of your mouth, you're going to attract more of that, more people who lie. But you say what? If you say, excuse me, I kind of stumbled through my words. If you say, I'm looking for a person who's honest, faithful, and committed, then that's what you will attract. I'm telling you, this stuff is real. And the more you practice it, the more you'll get better. And here's another thing. Pay attention to the words that are coming out of your mouth. Try to start being mindful. What am I actually saying here? Try to be mindful when other people are saying things to you that are negative. When they say, girl, if I was you, or man, I wouldn't do that. They're speaking from their experience, not yours. You have to live in a place from your experiences. Not your parents' experiences, not your uncles and cousins or the neighbor's experience, but your personal experience. So whatever it is you want to accomplish, start saying to yourself more positive words, because I guarantee it will attract that to you. If you want to know more about these concepts and ideas, my book is out there called There's Gold on Top of That Mountain by Nelson Brown. It's on Amazon. And I'm a person, listen, I don't try to be anybody. Somebody compared me to some other speaker or some guy. I don't know about that. I don't care about that. I'm speaking what comes to me. I'm speaking what I want to share with those who I care for and love. If you don't like it, it's okay, but you don't have to say anything negative about, hey, you think you this? No, I don't. My name is Nelson Brown. I love people. I'm in this place now where I want to share positive information with anyone who's willing to hear it. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter about your color. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. None of that matters. I just want to share. So if you like this message, like it. If you don't, got some comments, that's fine. But you ain't got to beat me down because oh my, who you think he is? No, I'm Nelson Brown. This is my message. There's gold on top of that mountain. I have another children's book called I Can. I just finished another children's book called, I can't remember the book it is. Oh, Why Are You Here? It's about purpose. So that's all I'm about. So again, if you want to say something to me, fine. If you don't, that's fine. I'm going to keep on doing me, right? Because that's why I'm here. All right. Y'all take care.